welcome. Let me know your name. Let me know where you're watching from. Hit the like button. Share this video to as many people as you can. Something is about to happen on this channel today. Something is happening. I've gone far and wide yet again, looking for this wonderful opportunity for every one of you. So please let me know where you're watching from. Hit the like button so YouTube will notify others that this live is happening now. Let me know where you're watching from. Thank you so much, Kesta, for waiting. Please share this video, share to Telegram, to Instagram, to Facebook, to WhatsApp. Share to as many people as you can who you know are interested in this pathway. As you can tell from the screen, I brought someone very amazing. Like, guys, this is your year to relocate, okay? This is your year to relocate. If you want to, if that's your dream, then this is the time. I'm not going to waste you guys' time, okay? We're just going to get straight right into it. However, please once again, like the video, share this video to as many people as you can so people will be notified. Tell them if they want to move to USA, now is the time. So welcome, Dr. Britton. I am so glad to have you here.
Thank you.
By the way.
Oh, thank you.
You look so gorgeous, yeah. So, guys, she is going to be putting you through on how to relocate to the US as a teacher. She's basically going to hold your hands, give you step-by-step guide on how to do it, and see that you are successful. Yes, it is very possible to relocate to the US as a teacher. This is not scam zone. You guys know whenever I come here, is to give you vital information based on my research. I have gone to make a proper finding, and I came across Dr. Britton, and guess what, guys? He is the bomb if you ever want to relocate to the US. So, please, can you introduce yourself to us?
Hey guys, thanks for joining. My name is Dr. Stephanie Britton, and I am from Jamaica, as you tell by my accent. And I have been working in the United States as an educator since 2015. Since my tenure here, I've learned a lot about obtaining a teaching job in the United States, where I've helped a lot of Jamaicans to get a teaching job in the United States, and not just Jamaicans, but teachers from other countries. I work with a lot of teachers, and I'm here to share that information with you today. I hope you are ready. Get your books and your pencils.
Yeah, that's right. So, guys, you better get your books and your pen with you. If you're just joining, I also want to comment. Clara, our book and pen, and she's going to be giving you all the step-by-step guide. And guys, only get registered from here. At the end of this video, she's going to be announcing something really special for those who would be interested to work alongside her. Yes, you heard me right. So talk about relocating to the USA as a teacher. Could you please put them through? I don't want to do the talking. I want to leave this screen for you to talk. Okay, so now is the time. You try on.
All right. So in order to become an educator in the United States, there are some requirements that you should have. The main and first requirement that, every employer will ask you is if you have a bachelor's degree in education from your home country. So a bachelor's degree in education, it could be primary education, early childhood education, it could be in the sciences, whatever degree, it should be a bachelor's degree. That bachelor's degree should be able to be evaluated by one of their approved accrediting body and show that it is equivalent to a US degree. We can talk some more about the approved bodies later in this video. Just share that with us in the comment there if you are interested to know about those. But yes, you need a bachelor's degree that is equivalent to a US degree, and you need also to be fluent in English. If English is not your first language, so you can be fluent in English, but English is not your first language. If English is not your first language, then they're going to want to see some form of examination results showing that you are equivalent you are fluent in English. Sorry about that. All right. They want to know also that you have at least most program sponsors or employers want to know you have at least 2 years teaching experience in your home country. Now, some program sponsors may be flexible and, not be so hard and fast on that 2 year working experience, but it is a requirement that you have at least 2 years teaching experience in your home country. They want to know you have a clean background check. Some countries call it something else. I know in Jamaica we call it a police record. What do you call it in your country?
Police clearance.
Police clearance. In Jamaica, we call it police record. In the United States, they say background check. You have different names for it, but that's the same thing. They want to know you have a clean one from your home country. Some program sponsors want to know that you can drive and that you have a driving license in your home country and you have been driving for at least 2 years. Now, do not let the driving license aspect of it deter you because not every employer is going to ask for that. The J1 sponsors, most of them who place teachers in, the country areas, they want to know that you have a driver's license because you're going to need a car and you're going to be required to drive to and from work. However, some schools who hire teachers directly, and they might be in the city or in the suburban area, and teachers can take public transportation. They might not be so hard on the fact that you need to have a driving license. So those are some of the basic requirements: fluent in English, a bachelor's degree, police record check, driving license. If I remember any more along the way, I'll be sure to add those. But those are the basic ones.
Give a percentage of jobs in the United States for overseas teachers. Like, are there really a lot of jobs in the United States for overseas teachers?
So let's put it this way: there is a teacher shortage in the United States. There is a teacher shortage in the United States, and principals, employers, educational stakeholders are trying to fill these vacancies. So that makes it where if they cannot find a teacher in the United States to fill this position and they can find somebody outside of the United States who has the qualification and the things that they need, they will hire you if there is a clear pathway for this to be done, meaning they're going to look on all the things, the requirements. If you meet these requirements, if you have a clear background check, if you are eligible for a visa, because they want to check first to see your eligibility for a work visa or a J1 cultural exchange visa before they move on with the process. So if you meet all these requirements and they cannot find an American teacher or somebody who's already here in the United States to fill a vacancy, they will look outside of the United States. And that's why we have so many J1 program sponsors who brings teachers here in the United States to teach because there is a teacher shortage. And so what the J1 program sponsors do is to go outside of the United States to find teachers to help to fill these gaps in the different school districts. So yes, there is a need for teachers in the United States. And if they cannot find their own, they're going to go outside.
So kind of teachers bring in your family. Like, most people who want to relocate through a job offer are actually seeking to do it, whereby they can come with their children, their spouse, or their partner, if possible.
Yes. So, as I keep saying, J1 program sponsor, you might not know the difference between a sponsor or an employer. That's something we can discuss further, but just to get straight into the answer. The J1 program sponsors allow teachers to take their families with them. So, do you take your family with you on the first day that you arrive in the United States? Maybe not. Some program sponsors recommend that you come first, settle, get somewhere to live, at least get situated and know your whereabouts, to get around, and then your family can come after. But there's not one program sponsor that I'm aware of that tells teachers that they cannot take their families with them. So if you are accepted with a J1 program sponsor, they do offer the J1 visa, which is a cultural exchange visa. It is usually issued initially for 3 years with a possibility of extending it for 2 years, meaning you could be in the United States for 5 years teaching. If your family comes with you, then your husband or your wife, they are issued a J2 dependent visa. This J2 dependent visa will allow your husband or your wife to apply for a work permit to work in the United States. Now, your husband or your wife on their J2 visa can work anywhere in the United States with that work permit. However, you as the J1 holder, you who got the teaching job, you are going to be held accountable to stay with your J1 sponsor. The school district that you are placed to work with, that's the school you're going to work with. But your J2 dependents can work wherever they choose to work. Okay. I keep mentioning the J1 sponsor, but that's not the only way or the only route to teach in the United States. You can do direct hire where you apply directly to a school district. And most times these school districts, they offer the H1B visa. Now, the H-1B visa is a work visa which allows teachers to come here to teach in the United States. Um, if you are a skilled area professional, you would be familiar with the H-1B visa because that's what a lot of the skilled area professionals do. But they usually have to go through a H-1B lottery. When compared to teachers, teachers don't need to go through the H-1B lottery to come to the United States to teach. So any time of the year, if an employer needs a teacher to come to teach in the United States on an H-1B visa, they can apply for them to come on the H-1B visa. However, as opposed to the J-1B visa and your J-2 dependents can come and work, your H-1B visa will allow your family to come with you as well. They come on a visa that is called an H4 dependent visa, but your H4 dependents are not allowed to work. You will be the only one working in your household if you're on an H1B visa. Your H4 dependents will be allowed to come to the United States and stay with you. They will be eligible to work if you are offered, sponsorship for permanent residence and your application has been sent in and it has gotten to a specific part of the process, then your husband or wife will be able to apply for a work permit to work in the United States. Before this, H1 and H4 holders could work. That changed when there was some new government changes. So it is a lot of people's hope that this will change again, and then H4 dependents will be able to work along with their H1 holders.
That is amazing. Now, talk about this pathway exhibit university. Definitely to visa sponsorship pathway, whereby the foreigners or workers from overseas will be getting a sponsorship into the USA, right?
Yes, it's
That
definitely a
is
sponsorship.
a free pathway. Yeah. So it's actually a free pathway, and this employer would be the one to cover all the application cost.
Yes, let me talk some more about the pathway. And yes, it is free. There's gonna be some things you're gonna pay for, and I'm gonna explain what those things are. So most J1 program sponsors, and I share on my platform for those who would like to check out my YouTube channel, that's Kicking with Dr. Britton. Most J1 program sponsors are free. You apply to them for free. They send your reports or your profile out to school districts for free. The only thing you pay for is to get your police record. You pay to get your credentials evaluated. You pay to do your English exam if you want to prove that you are fluent in English. You pay for your visa if you're going to come to the United States. You may pay for your airfare. But when we talk about the job aspect, getting the job and everything, you don't need to pay the J1 program sponsors, but not all. Some J1 program sponsors have a fee, but there are a lot of J1 program sponsors that you pay not $1 to. I recently shared on my platform a J1 program sponsor that I basically promote a lot for them. I went to Jamaica with them last year, January, to recruit teachers in Jamaica for them. They are called International Alliance Group. I promoted on my platform in February and again in March that they are currently seeking teachers in the United States. It's kicking with Dr. Britton. So once you apply with IAG, that's the one I promoted lately, you don't need to pay them anything. The only thing you're gonna pay for is the things I just mentioned, like the police record, your own personal stuff. If you didn't have a passport and need to renew your passport, stuff like that. You go on IAG's website for free. You apply, it's free. They take you through the process. You can ask them any question, and it's free. You get an interview opportunity to interview with school districts free. And if you get a job offer, again, it's free. The only time you pay is to get your own personal stuff, as I mentioned before. You're going to pay to get your visa. You're going to pay to get your passport if you need one. You're going to pay to go on the plane, right? Those things. But getting to the job, applying to the job and stuff like that, it is totally free.
It's great. So unfortunately, we couldn't write a name on the screen, but the name of our channel is called Kicking with Dr. Britton. Go and check it out. It's been amazing. And not only that, she has participated in a lot of job fairs in terms of the teaching job in USA, whereby she collaborates with a lot of school districts, employers, agencies to help recruit overseas teachers, guiding the form. Now, about the English language requirements. I don't know if you know something called IELTS. I don't know what terms you guys use in the USA. Over here in the UK and in most part of the world, we call it IELTS, International English Language Examination Test. Is this a requirement? Is it a must? So I'm just going to be pinning, let me see if I can pin that. Yes, so I'm just going to leave it here, the name of our channel. So is it a must you get the IELTS certification before you locate into the university as a teacher?
So what I know for sure with IAG, International Alliance Group, what they do is if your first language is not English, they have an exam that they ask you to do, and they'll send the link. Once you apply to their program, they'll send you the link for you to do the exam. And when you're finished, you pass it, you can upload it. Other from that, on their website, they will share the exams that they recommend. And I'll put the name of them again in the chat box for those who'd like to check them out. I can put the link for them as well, maybe later today. Yeah. So they basically tell you which program sponsor, which English exam they recommend.
So that it's a must or not a must.
If you're all right, so if your first language is not English, they want you to do that exam, especially the one that's free, and that's free. The one that they send you the link to do, it's free. Especially that one, they want you to do it with them. If your credentials are not in English, you definitely would have to get those translated in English, because everything mainly everything in the United States, they teach in English. So they want to see, your credentials in English to do the credential evaluation and stuff like that. But as I mentioned earlier, if you are interested in IAG and you apply to them, there is a email address, or should I say a link, that I share also on my platform that you can send questions to, and they always respond. Whatever you need assistance with, they have a team of people who are responding to the questions that are being asked.
Amazing information. And what is actually our interest for today? How can you those of us who are overseas to come into the USA as a teacher? When can you come in to do this for us? As a lot of my audience in particular are interested in this because of the so many benefits. Number one, you can actually come into independence, And before we dive into that, how many years working permit would be issued to one if they successfully get a teaching job in the US? Is it 3, 5, 6 or permanent?
How many what? Can you repeat your question?
How many visa, how many years visa would be offered?
Okay, so for the J1 visa, as I mentioned earlier, the J1 visa is a cultural exchange visa. So with the J1 visa, it is intended for cultural exchange. You come to the United States initially for 3 years. You come to share your culture, learn their culture, and you go home to share what you learn back with your home country. Some school district may want to extend that 2 years with you, and so you can stay for 5 years sharing your culture, learning their culture, and then they expect that you go home after the 5 years of your cultural exchange visa. There are means of, you know, going around this, but that's for another day or another time. But for the H-1B visa as well, they sponsor those work visa for an initial 3 years. Now, depending on the school district that you're going to get a job with, if you're not licensed to teach in the United States, they're going to encourage you to do the exam to get that license in the United States. Some school district will give you like a year to pass that licensure exam. And then when you pass your licensure exam, you get a 3 year visa on your H-1B. The H-1B visa is not a cultural exchange visa. It's a work visa and it has dual intent, meaning you can work on it and also has the possibility of getting your permanent resident status in the United States. So a lot of internationals tend to gravitate towards the H-1B visa because of its dual intent. But I usually say this to my fellow Jamaicans and to other internationals. Yes, the H-1B is dual intent and it's geared towards getting a permanent resident card. But you can also do that if you start off with a J1 visa. As I mentioned before, there are means and ways of how you can maneuver to move from J1, then H1, then permanent residency. You just have to know, understand the system and what to do. So the H-1B visa, as I mentioned now, initially it's going to be for 3 years, and then you can get another extension of 3 more years, making you work in the United States on your H-1B visa for 6 years. However, I've seen people who have been in the United States for more than 6 years on H-1B visa and still have not gotten their green card, or their green card is in process, because some country it takes a longer time for your permanent resident application to be processed. So there are different ways and means of going about different things. And as we all know, the immigration system in the United States, it is I need a good word for it. It is good and it is bad. I don't know. The immigration system.
Taking compare if they accept applications from Nigeria.
All right, so I'm glad somebody asked that question, because tomorrow on my channel at 5 p.m. EST, I have a young lady who's currently live in Europe, somewhere in Europe. She's from Nigeria, and she's coming to share with us how she navigated the system to climb the educational ladder to get a teaching job in the United States. She reached out to me and she wanted to share, because a lot of Nigerians, a lot of people from Africa follow my channel, and some teachers from Africa are here in the United States from watching my channel. They've reached out to say, hey, I got a job and stuff like that. But some, it's kind of harder. And so she wants to come and share what she did. She have taught in over 6 different countries, to include the United States, Oman. I cannot call some of the name of the countries. It's on my channel. The poster is there. The different countries she has taught in. But she's coming to share tomorrow at 5 p.m. EST on Kicking with Dr. Britton, how she navigated the system to get a teaching job in the United States. So the answer would be yes, it is possible. It might not be as easy as other nationals that their first language is English, and they usually try to find teachers like from the Caribbean. It's easier for them to get a job in the United States, or teachers in Latin America, or But that does not mean Nigerians are not here, because I'm positive I have people from your side of the world here teaching also.
Yeah. Talking about how you can help us, and that is the gist of the live session today. How do you come in, please?
Okay, so what I do is on my platform, that's the biggest help I provide. I share a lot of information on my YouTube channel on how to get a teaching job in the United States. Again, it's Kicking with Dr. Britton. You can also find me on Facebook and on IG under the same name, Kicking with Dr. Britton. And I usually share like the the requirements to teach in the United States. I will share also school districts who are searching for teachers. I share different J1 sponsors, the ones that are free, the ones that you have to pay for. I share I share upcoming job fairs. I share, basically everything about how to get a teaching job in the United States. However, since I've been doing this for some time, I have realized that some people need more guidance and more one-on-one help. And so what I've done is I now provide one-on-one consultancy with people who are interested in learning more about, how they can get a job in the United States. Now I do this through my website, which is called supremacyconnect.com. I'm putting that in the chat. Supremacyconnect.com. Through Supremacy Connect, you can sign up to get a one-on-one consultant, which is like 45 minutes, and you can ask all the questions you need. You can get step-by-step guidance, because I know a lot of people say, although they watch the videos, they need that one-on-one, personal effect where we're talking like we're talking right now. And I can basically say, this is unique to you, because that's another thing. Everybody's case is unique and everybody's case is different. So your case might be different and you want to know, what can I do? So through supremacyconnect.com, I provide that one-on-one consultant, and I can share with you, how you can maneuver the system to get, into a teaching application pool and be interviewed and possibly get a job. I also, other than that one-on-one consultation, I do group packages. Like if a group of teachers do not want to do the one-on-one, but you have a group of teachers, a maximum of 10, want to come together and pay for that group package, and you come with your questions on how to get a teaching job in the United States, I also do group packages. Or I do yearly package where you want to work with me one-on-one for an entire year until you get a job, or basically the step-by-step process of what to do now, what to do next. I also work with teachers, or should I say prospective teachers, who might have a first degree but it's not in teaching, and you're trying to see how you can get credentials to teach in the United States. I work with those people as well through supremacyconnect.com. I tried typing it, but it did not go through. So maybe
I'm just gonna take the link from you and leave it as a pinned comment.
okay, good.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
I think from hearing all of this, what actually took my interest or catches my interest is the one where you said you can order
CJ, I'm on the charger.
job.
I'm here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, please.
Go
Once
ahead.
you get the job, I feel like I prefer the one where you can order earns until they get the job, like put them through. I feel like that is actually amazing instead of the one-on-one where it's just 45 minutes every hour. That is the thing. So if I were you and working from overseas, I'm gonna go Bridget, Dr. Britton now. On Instagram, I'm gonna be leaving an Instagram link. I'm gonna be leaving an email. I'm gonna be leaving this previous connect as a pin comment in this video and also in the description box for easy access. Please request for the one where you're gonna hold your end until you get the job. I feel like that is the best opportunity you can ever get. That is the best package you can ever get. Okay. Now relocating abroad, like I just said, is not the only thing. You don't just wake up and say you want to move abroad. Sometimes we need this extra guidance. Sometimes we need this extra, okay, to do this. So she could be doing this for you. Please reach her on Instagram mostly. That is our most active platform, if I'm right. Reach out on Instagram, you go to our YouTube channel, it's called Kicking With It. But guys, trust me, I don't just bring people on my channel. You guys know what I do here. I have a lot of passion for this. I keep singing it. This is true. I have a lot of passion for this. I was the one who went in searching for Dr. Britton. I went to look for her as I sat down and I thought, why not America? Why not the USA? There should be a lot of opportunity there. And not just opportunity to come and do many jobs or so. But if you want to go as a teacher, then this one is for you. Now, talking about the degree, he said even if you don't have a degree in teaching, she can put you through and work with you. If you're a teacher already, she can put you through and work with you. Guys, this is the best platform for you to go. Go to our YouTube channel, Kicking with Dr. Britton. Go to our Instagram, request for this end. You can simply reach out and say, I'm interested, for you to put me through, hold my hands, simply guide me until I get the job in the USA. So, Dr. Britton, I don't know if you want to add any other thing, but from all of this, I don't even think we should make this video too long as it is already quite informative.
All right. So I saw somebody in the chat is asking, do you currently, not me, because I don't have any schools in the United States. So do you currently have schools in the USA that are looking for foreign teachers? And Clara did ask that, and I say yes, there are school districts that are short on teachers and they go outside. I know specifically a school district was in Jamaica 2 Saturdays ago recruiting international teachers to teach in South Carolina. I know, as I mentioned earlier, International Alliance Group, and I'll just pin additional information to Cara's comment when she put it there. There's a program sponsor, International Alliance Group, who are seeking teachers to fill positions in the United States. There is a teacher shortage, and so they are always seeking teachers to teach in the United States. Can you help us with emails from schools if the US is offering?
Go and reach out. That should be the best. They should come to you. I think that's the best.
Yes.
Coming to you, you're gonna put them through. If you have any questions about the email, the contact, the whatsoever, she's the right person, I think.
Let me answer this one last one. I did mention earlier I was going to talk about the foreign certification evaluation. If you want to get your credentials evaluated, you can look on the NACES website, NACES, NACES.com, and see all the approved agencies that can get your evaluations accredited. I also have a video on my website about this. The ones I recommend is Spantron and World Educational Services. I have a partnership with Spantron where you can get a $20 discount from your application to get your credentials evaluated. So Spantron and World Evaluation Services. You can check World Educational Services. Those are some of the approved credential evaluation services. So yes. Thanks, Clara, for having me. I hope I shared. Go ahead.
I think I'm gonna be doing it.
It's the same thing, Kicking with Dr. Britton. Kicking with Dr. Britton for Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I'm also on TikTok, but it's something else. Something else, yes.
You're so honest. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Please share. Like I just said, the sky is just so big, so wide, so spacious for every bird to fly. If you know anyone who needs this kind of opportunity, who is looking for some pathway as me into the US as a teacher, then share to them. Like you hear from this channel today, they must not have, it's not necessary they have the certificates in teaching previously or a degree in education before they can qualify for this pathway. She will gonna put you through. Simply reach out to her on Instagram. All of the necessary information where you can access her easily is gonna be leave in the comment section and also in the description box. So please reach out to her. She's the best person. You all know I'm so honored when it comes to this. I'm not like 100% sure how it works. Reason why I went to search for her and this is legit, this is verified. I did my proper research before I brought her here. She has been in this for so long. She's been teaching for like years now. Okay, so guys, please reach out to her, and she's ready to help you.
All right.
Okay. So I think we're gonna call it a day, yeah. Except you have something that's bad.
No, that's it. You have said it all. You can find me on YouTube, IG, Facebook, and definitely if you need that one-on-one consultation or your group package, or as Clara mentioned, that 1 year subscription where I'm guiding you throughout the process, you check out my website. That's supremacyconnect.com. Supremacyconnect.com. Thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for having me, Clara. I appreciate it.
Thank you guys, and see you. And please don't forget to hit that like button, and that's you. May God bless you. Bye bye.
Bye.